Happy Friday and happy Fridays with Fidelman. I'm Cheryl Fidelman, the Conscious Codependence Coach and the founder of the Conscious Codependence Collective. Today's topic on Fridays with Fidelman is codependent reflections. I'll share my theories and thoughts on that perhaps all of the categories of our life, from family to job to future planning to money, sex, friends, socializing, our possessions, our environment, that the way it all looks in every category is a direct reflection of the frequency that we are occupying mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. All right, so thanks for listening to my thoughts, theories, and rants. And please like or subscribe to my channel. Keep the comments coming. And all right, here we go. Codependent reflections. I'm going to use the analogy of the center of a merry-go-round. As if each one of us is the exact center of the merry-go-round of our life, right? So you're the center of your life, I'm the center of my life, and then everything else is like, you know, an attached horsey going up and down, rotating around you, right? From your friends to your family to your money to your job to the clothes that you wear. Everything that is an offshoot of you, you're the source of. So you're the source of watching this video and bringing me into your life. I'm the source of creating this video and bringing you into my sphere, into my merry-go-round sphere, right? So maybe I'm one of your horses and you're one of mine. Anyway, that's a weird analogy, but that we are the epicenter of our lives. So if you look at your finances, you may have a lot of money, a medium amount of money, you may have not a lot of money, which is also subjective, right? Some people have the same amount of money in their bank account, and they can both look at that amount of money as abundant or scarce, depending on who they are. And so your relationship to how much money you have, how much you let it go, how much you allow come in, how much you stop it, how much you spend, your relationship to yourself as a person, what your value is, what your worth is, how you plan your money, what your relationship to your history of money is according to where you're at now, and then what you think is the future of your money, how all of that is molding your life, and you're the source of it. You're the source of how much money you have and your relationship to it, and how that amount of money is framing your life. And that's for all of us, right? So this is not the truth. This is an idea that perhaps every category of our life, we're the source of it. So the health of your love life, the health of your relationship with your family, the energy exchange that you have with your family, you are the source of. In every area of your life, should you choose to, you can see yourself and the way that you operate reflected in that area. And this is a huge practice as we move towards sovereignty and independence of being in our codependence recovery. That there is no one area where you're a victim. There is no one area where you are subservient or inferior or placing yourself inside the workings of some other reality that you're simply a victim to, that you have no say in the matter. And I think that, and I've said this before, that when it comes to codependence, we don't know the difference between like abuse and dysfunction, right? So we don't know when we're actually being a victim, right? So there are real abusive situations where one can actually be a victim. And what I'm saying for us codependents, look at the areas where you can say there's actually no abuse happening here. I'm not a victim. I'm the source of how this looks. Also, not the truth, but an idea, a theory, a suggested place to stand in that situation so that you can then say, this is how this feels to me. This is what works for me. This is what doesn't work for me. And this is actually how I want this to go. And this is how I want to operate in the situation. So where do you want to add some vulnerability, some liberation, some freedom? Which categories do you want to open up for yourself and shift for yourself and add some courage? Because as codependents will operate from the point of view of our trauma, from our traumatic identity, just to keep things in the form that they're in. And the form that it's in is a direct reflection of your psychology and where you're at in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. There might be some areas where you go, oh, if that's a reflection of where I'm at, it's looking great, which is good. But if there's any areas where you go, oh, well, if that's a direct reflection of where I'm at, then there's something over here to shift and heal and change and up level and take to the next level. So that thing, my relationship with that person, that object, the environment, my bank account, your relationship to intimacy, your relationship to your heart, your relationship to connection, so that can shift. What are you at the source of? What relationship, what situation are you at the source of, and you're not liking the way that's looking, and what shifts can you make to make that relationship or situation or path go differently? Each and every one of us is the source of the good, the bad, the ugly, the medium, the indifferent in our life. We are at the source of it. We're the epicenter. Every conversation, every exchange of energy of any kind, we are the source of how it's going and how that looks. You know, I have so my 8-week program, and some of you may have gotten the email that there's a couple spots left for the Tuesday program that starts this Tuesday. If you are ready to make a huge shift in your life right now, you can book a session with me. My booking link is below. And I opened up my calendar this weekend. So if you're just ready to jump in and make a shift, go ahead and book a session with me, and I'll tell you about the program. We'll see if it's a match, and we'll jump in and do some serious work. And one of the ideas and theories that I have in my 8-week program, it's my Codependent listening program. And we discussed my 7 distinctions around listening, and my idea that perhaps all of our trauma can be found in the filters through which we listen. And all of our relationships, everything in our life is molded through the filters through which we listen. One of the ideas that I have in that program, and we really unpack this idea over time, so it may sound awkward right now upon first hearing it, but I think it goes along with this being at source, which is that when you're speaking, you're leading. And when you're listening, you're leading. So you are the source of every interaction, whether you're speaking or listening. You're the source of every interaction. You're the source of the state of every single thing in your life. What comes towards you, what goes away from you, what you're close to, what you're keeping at afar, where you have abundance, where you have scarcity, where you're somewhere in the middle, where you're struggling, your health, your happiness, your joy, your inner peace or lack thereof. You are the source of it. Again, not the truth, just an idea, a place to consider, a thing to consider, an idea to consider. All right, thanks so much for listening to my thoughts, theories, and rants. If you want to jump into the program, make a huge difference in your conscious codependence recovery right now, I opened up my calendar for the weekend. Happy healing, happy sourcing, and life is now.